Oh, okay, there we go. Welcome to IAFT's Hot Topics. For those of you that don't know, the International Academy of Film and Television offers hands-on programming or training in both filmmaking and acting to get you trained and working within a year. For more information, visit IAFT.net, specifically IAFT.net/Las Vegas. But without further ado, let's introduce our panel for today. We've got Ryan, Balti, and Donovan, our 100 acting crew for the fall 2015 year. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing. I like that. Ryan, always the call.
Yeah, I'm well. Very great.
I'm well. Very great even. Very great even. So it's coming up on Halloween soon. It's pretty fun,
It's
right?
a couple days.
Right? What, 3 days? Yeah.
We're all
Super
going
excited.
trick-or-treating together.
Right, are we? Are we? What are you going as?
No.
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 Yeah.
No.
No?
I'm going as Ryan.
Going as Ryan. It's just... Let's go hat and everything. No? Not into trick-or-treating, too old for that. I'll go trick-or-treating. That's
Yeah, it's
perfectly
free
fine with me.
candy.
My favorite thing, though, Halloween time. What?
You brought your teeth.
Oh, that's very true. That's absolutely accurate. My favorite thing about Halloween, though, scary movies. Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all filmmakers, so I mean, come on. Of course we're going to talk about that. So, favorite scary movie?
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Ooh, I like it.
Halloween remake, Rob Zombie.
I don't like it. Ugh.
I don't like Rob Zombie as a director, or I mean, not as a director. I don't like the movies he makes, but he made my favorite horror movie. Like, I was surprised by that.
Okay.
Wreck, the Spanish, the American Quarantine?
Yes.
That was a remake of Wreck, the Spanish version.
Oh, yes. I was thinking Wreck,
I love
W-R-E-C-K.
that movie.
Yeah.
Nice. I approve. What draws you to those specific ones for your favorites?
I like The Thing because of the awesome practical special effects.
Right.
The monster effects are great in that movie.
Yeah, we don't do that enough anymore. Have you seen Feast?
Feast.
Feast came out in like '09. It was, I think, the second or third Project Greenlight. It's so terrible, it's great. It's all practicals. It's like gallons of blood. It's so
Nice.
bad.
Okay.
You should totally check it out. It's John Gulager. It's amazing.
Okay.
So why Rob Zombie is not the original?
My favorite kind of horror movies are slashers, and it's just so well done. The girl screaming, she's got like the best scream and like the best blood. It's like really good gore.
Who's the girl in that? I haven't seen it.
I don't know.
She's got a weird name. I can't remember it.
Okay. Weird names.
Perfect. Right. Weird name. You were amazing. Your scream is
It'll
great.
come to me after this.
Balti.
I've always been attracted to the found footage kind of
Nice.
deal with horror, even though it's terrible. But Wreck is probably the only movie that really just did it very well, and it just worked. It really worked.
Right. Are you into the paranormal activities at all?
The first one was good, but all the others
Too many, right? Way
just,
too many.
it's just no.
But I mean, no one can
Milking
top
it.
Blair Witch, though. I mean, come on.
I don't know.
This is
Blair Witch
monstrous.
it's good, but it's
The
not.
movie made me dizzy.
I don't mean quality wise. I mean like being like the pine, not really the pine,
Yeah, it
but I
wasn't
mean making
as
it for
far
what
as
like
the-
10 grand and
Yeah.
making such a ridiculous profit off of it.
I mean,
That first found footage kind of.
Right. Just yeah.
it was the first of its kind.
Very
it wasn't
true.
it wasn't
It was-
bad. So.
That's very true. But I kind of want to go back to what you said. You said your favorite horror genre is slasher, right?
Yeah.
So what is everyone's favorite horror? Because I'm more of like thriller, get inside your head type scary. than I am
Psychological
anything else.
thriller kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
I have to go with Ryan too. I just
Right.
love the psychological aspect. Like when it gets under your skin.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
There's just like a whole second layer versus just like blood and gore, which I like. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just like the whole get
For
inside
me,
your
it's-
head.
there's not anything particularly scary about blood
Yeah,
and gore.
I was gonna say, like, no horror movies scare me, so like, I
You just
just
haven't found the
go
right
with the
subject
fun
matter.
one, like
You
higher
find
body
the-
count.
Which is gore.
This is very telling, sir.
Yeah.
Very telling. Kind of creepy. My favorite
just a
horror
bit.
genre is Donovan.
What about you? What's your favorite?
I don't know. I'm depends on my mood. I go between like slasher and just, buckets of blood, and then I go into like psychological. But I think ultimately it's like horror comedy.
Oh,
Like, I'm
there you go.
totally-
Horror comedy's great.
Like Evil Dead was great, but I think
I love Evil Dead.
Sam Raimi.
right, Sam
amazing.
Raimi. Right? Do you have stars? I bring it up all the time.
Yeah, no, I don't
Every
have
time.
that
Oh
yet.
yeah.
Every time.
Did you? We're probably gonna get to that, right?
What?
Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Oh,
film?
right.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, Ash vs. Evil Dead, which premieres on Saturday at like 8 on Stars. If you don't have it, plug. Phenomenal. I don't know if it's phenomenal or not, but it's going to be.
They
It's already signed for season
Yeah,
2.
they just announced
Did it
the
really?
second
Yeah,
season
before the
yesterday.
premiere.
Yeah.
That's how shut off I am from the internet the last like 48 hours. So that's awesome. That's super exciting. But I think my ultimate favorite like horror movie recently was Cabin in the Woods for sure. I know
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
little bit
Really?
older now, but yeah, it was great.
Oh, I liked it a lot.
Wasn't
like
that made in like
completely constructed.
2009?
Something like that. I don't know.
It was made. It was one of those movies made before, like years before
Yeah,
it
it was
came
like-
out.
Right.
kind of
I
thing.
sat on the shelf for 3 years.
Yeah,
Then
but yeah.
Hemsworth made it big. I'm like, we'll do it. All right. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with some more horror stuffs.
You would like to get this shirt. I love ostrich, not to be confused with Austria. Follow IAFT Vegas on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Yell, come to pop you up.
It started from my 8th grade broadcasting class, actually. I got behind the edits of one of our little shows and just fell in love with it, being able to see what happens in 30 seconds to a minute. And that's what started me off. And like, honestly, I was a little worried about first coming here because I went to school for film and I was like, okay, what's something new they can teach me? And honestly, I've learned so much. I've improved the skills I already have. Every day I'm in lab, I hang out with the actors. I'm constantly talking to them about having them read my stories. I'm helping them with their improvs, helping them with their monologues. And it's just a great way to connect with future actors, future filmmakers. Strong bond that you make with each other and help improve each other's careers.
Had an interesting discussion on Donovan's hatred of Wes Craven. Let's dig into that a little bit more. What's the deal? Why don't you like Wes Craven?
I'm on the spot. I don't know.
Yeah, you're
There's
on.
too
Yeah,
many
wow,
reasons.
wow.
Yes.
The first reason was Wishmaster. Like,
Touche.
Okay.
Touche.
yeah,
Just like
Dig it
that.
deep.
yeah, and
You got more than one reason, though.
I don't know. It's kind of he's like up there with or down there with Romero for me too.
Oh,
Wow.
He doesn't like
that
George
hurt.
Romero either. Yeah.
That
That was
actually,
painful.
yeah.
They think
That was like a stab to my heart.
they're like
just
full
now.
of themselves and
Oh,
they
yeah,
don't know what
absolutely.
they're doing anymore.
But
Oh yeah, no, I actually have to agree with that. I don't think Romero should be making films.
Oh, no.
not anymore, but they did make great
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. Like I
Right.
watch Nightmare on Elm Street like every year, but yeah, Wes Craven's not one of my favorites.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. You don't have to like him. I'm just throwing that out there. He's a pretty decent guy.
Yeah,
He was a pretty decent guy. That's too soon.
And Clive Barker. You like Clive Barker?
yeah,
All right.
yes.
Okay.
Fan?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm okay with this.
Except, what's that one movie he made with all those monsters in the cemetery?
You tell me. With the
Right.
That Clive Barker movie, that one, no, that wasn't good.
No.
Sounds
can't
amazing.
remember.
Okay.
Monsters
Yeah.
in a cemetery.
They like live under a cemetery and come out and kill people.
Wow.
Like every other horror movie.
Some guy goes and like befriends them and then gets turned into a monster or something.
I don't know what that is. That sounds just as bad as Monster Squad, though.
Yeah.
Just as bad. Monster Squad's great.
Monster Squad's terrible.
Monster Squad is on Netflix if you have it.
Monster Squad's terribly
horrible.
great.
You know what? I'll have
It's
to give
one
you-
of those.
It's the bad good movies.
Yeah,
It's so bad. it's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
I get a lot of crap for saying that about Monster Squad, but I never saw it when I was a kid. I just saw it this year. Everyone else has grown up with it and loves it.
Right. It's like I grew up with Army of Darkness and Evil Dead, and I try to get people now into it, and they're like, oh, "That's so bad. Like the effects are
Yeah.
so
I'm
bad."
surprised how few people are keen to that.
I know. I'm so sad about it. Oh, we're being too quiet over there.
Yeah,
interject.
I'm trying to take
What's
all
our-
this hatred in.
What's the next
It's all
topic?
hate.
Right. It's all the negative energy. Let's dispel
so
it,
much-
right?
Yeah, it's just.
So we were talking earlier today about I butcher his name all the time, Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Right. You hatred for the way that I pronounce it. But so who's seen Crimson Peak or who's excited for Crimson Peak?
I
If
saw
you
it.
haven't
I
seen it.
watched it.
You did see it?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thoughts.
I think it's a unanimous.
Could have used
It
less
was-
CG.
I-
That's actually unanimous. Is actually how I would describe it. It had so much promise and then just fell flat.
But, well, like most of his movies, but the cinematography is like beautiful, like always,
Unnecessary
and then
CG.
people here.
Right. It's
the,
very
the story always falls short. Always,
right.
always,
Right. I liked it. I loved how visually it looked. It was great
Yeah.
aesthetically. It was amazing. But then I felt like it was so ham-fisted with the parallels between the actual, like
Yeah.
the spoilers, the book that she was writing versus the actual plot of the movie. I was like, that's really you're forcing it at this point.
Wow, you just spoiled my whole life, Johnny.
Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
There were some ragged edges that I caught as far as like technical stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you take it like rip it apart,
Yeah.
it was technically not very
Yeah.
sound. But I love you, Kim. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me.
Too late, Johnny.
I'm never gonna work in that.
I was
industry again.
hoping for something a little more screwy, like Pan's Labyrinth really left you
Right,
Yeah.
right.
upset at the end of the movie. I was hoping
God,
for something
that
like
movie.
that.
I felt like the last 20 minutes of Crimson Peak was so cartoonish for me that it completely nullified everything else that happened. Like the beginning with like the sink and everything was phenomenal. Like I was like, that was great built up to nothing.
And that was straight out of Pan's Labyrinth.
Right, no, yeah, but it's just, I don't know. Are there any other like horror movies you guys are interested in seeing soon?
We were looking at some beforehand.
The Witch.
The Witch. It's like it's a lower budget, going around the indie circuit.
Nice.
But it's a puritanical period piece where this family is on the edge of this evil woods and there's witchcraft and whatnot.
It
but
could be promising. You
It
never
looks,
know.
it looks like it's got that indie flair to it. you
Right.
know.
The same director is making a remake of Nosferatu, so
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Which they already did
Right. Poorly.
years and years ago.
I can't wait for Phantasm 5.
oh my.
Really?
Yeah, it's been made for like 2 years now, and it's just
Chilling
sitting
on a shelf.
Yeah,
Just chilling on a shelf. Ah, that makes me sad.
it's so low budget though. It looks really bad.
Aren't they all like next to nothing?
The second one was millions of dollars. That was a big budget Hollywood
Really?
sequel.
Was
Yeah,
it really?
They blow up like 3 houses in that movie, and
yeah.
and the Barracuda. Everything blows up.
You know, I'm looking forward to, and I get flack for this, I'm looking forward to the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. I can't even say that without laughing. It looks so bad.
There's
It
a
has
lot
to
of
be
those
good.
coming out. That kind of like, there's one about school teachers going against
Right,
like,
the,
zombie kids.
Like the Cooties or whatever it's
Yeah,
called. I think it's called
Cooties,
Cooties.
yeah,
Which
Cooties.
looks stupid but great.
With
design.
Elijah Woods in that. Yeah, there's another one called Freaks of Nature coming out where it's zombies and vampires and humans all live together and then they've got to fight incoming alien
Right.
invasion.
That's so bad.
I'm
I
so
love it.
excited for Krampus. No.
Right. So I just saw the trailer for that when I
Oh,
went to go see
really?
Crimson Peak because it came out on like YouTube or something like that. I
Okay.
clicked off of it because I got bored with it, and then having to be forced to sit there and watch
Yeah.
it. That looks ridiculous.
It looks so
like that
bad.
looks like it looks so bad that I might actually enjoy
That's
it though.
it's that horror comedy.
Right, because
They're
that's
going
Adam
for-
Scott, right?
yeah,
Or whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
That's. Oh, that
Dave-
looks
That's
good.
the
Keckner.
director of Trick or Treat.
I think
it?
so. Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
No idea. No idea. What was interesting too is if any of you have Netflix and the horror comedy genre, Zombievers.
Oh yeah,
Zombievers is terrible.
I started that. I
It's so
didn't make it.
terrible.
No, watch it.
There's a ton of really bad horror Netflix
And I just feel like that's
options
one that
right
you
now.
have to see, just because the name, like, it's so ridiculous. It's almost as bad as Return of the Living Dead, which is also really good. If you haven't seen it, it was like 80
Oh, that's my
something.
favorite zombie
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah. That one, the punk, yeah, it's got like the best soundtrack. And,
Right?
yeah.
It's phenomenal. It's so good. I totally lost track of what actual topic we were on.
We were
Favorite
just
zombie movie.
railing on directors we don't like.
Right, yeah, it started off with, why don't you like Wes Craven?
And
then
here
just
we
went
go with the
downhill.
negativity
Yeah.
again.
What was the first scary movie you guys saw? So, like, what was the first thing that, like, really scared you?
First one that really like scared the crap out of me was Carrie. Yeah.
Oh god. I wasn't allowed to watch that when I was little. I always saw it in the DVD case, and my dad would always say, like, you can't watch that.
I saw the TV version too, so it was like tamed down, and that still
Oh, okay.
got to me.
The first thing horror I ever saw wasn't a movie, it was a TV show, Tales from the Crypt.
Oh yeah.
And before I could even speak, I would like freak out and throw fits if Tales from the Crypt came on and someone changed the channel. Like my mom wouldn't want me seeing that, and I would like freak out, and she'd have to put it back so I could watch the intro and see the Crypt keep on.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Think for the
It's kind of weird.
This body counts and Tales from the Crypt when you were a child.
Yep.
The first one I watched was The Exorcist, and my brother made me watch it, and I was so terrified. Like, it was just the scariest thing in the world.
Right. It holds up, too. Like,
Yeah.
that's the
Oh,
great part about
yeah,
Carrie
still.
and, well, I don't know, I haven't seen the new Carrie, but
Oh,
the
yeah,
old
oh,
one,
yeah,
they
I know.
both hold up so well. There was one, and killing myself for not knowing the name of it. It was the car that's possessed. It was phenomenal.
Christine?
Christine, so good. So good.
The original Omen was another one.
Right. The new one was horrible. Well, I wouldn't say horrible. It was just not up to par.
I like
Well,
all the
no.
Omen movies.
You like what?
I like, well, the original Omen movies.
Yeah.
I like those.
Right.
Those are great. What else?
Yeah, that's a good question. All right, so Lori over here is telling me we're going to go to a break, so we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News. At 20 minutes before 8 Central Time, Professor Farrell of the Mount Jennings Observatory, Chicago, Illinois, reports observing several explosions of incandescent gas occurring at regular intervals on the planet Mars. The spectroscope indicates the gas to be hydrogen and moving toward the Earth with enormous velocity. Professor Pearson of the observatory at Princeton confirms Farrell's observations and describes the phenomenon as, quote, like a jet of blue flame shot from a gun, unquote. We now return you to the music of Ramon Rockello, playing for you in the Meridian Room of the Park Plaza Hotel, situated in downtown New York.
Welcome back. Last time when we came back, we kind of started off on like a negative note, so I want to go back to the director's thing, but we'll bring it to a positive light. Donovan, favorite, mind you, horror director. Go.
Sam Raimi, Evil Dead, Army of Darkness.
all day. I will have to second that. I think for me, that's probably my all-time favorite. So, Balti.
Alfred Hitchcock, Psycho or Rear Window. God, I love Rear Window. It's more of a, not a horror, but it's
That's
just
like a
that
psychological
movie
thriller. I mean,
is
it gets in your head. It's
amazing.
pretty good. They tried to remake it with Suburbia, which was terrible. But I can't believe we had an entire like horror, like scary film show so far, and we haven't mentioned Hitchcock. I feel like a terrible person right now.
Yep.
So I have to.
I feel bad too. That's why I had to bring him up.
Be like respect. Ryan, eh?
Go back with John Carpenter.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
can't go wrong.
The Thing, Halloween.
Right. That was. I can't remember what it was. I was gonna say something and I completely lost it. So, all right. So you brought up a good question. Favorite horror character, Donovan?
Like slasher
It doesn't
or
matter.
killer.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's
matter.
Jason Voorhees, but played by Kane Hodder. 7, 8, and 9, 10. But I don't. Yeah, 8, 9, and 10. I don't like 7. Kane Hodder was my favorite.
Who did Freddy vs. Jason? Who's Jason in that?
I have no idea. That's
Not Kane.
That's when they retired him.
Right, yeah, because he got up there,
Fired
right?
him.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Jason over here, Ryan.
Pinhead.
Ooh,
Any of the Cenobites.
Damn.
Yeah.
I like that all of your horror is just like old school.
So it's
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Is
Jason's
that
technically.
Doug Bradley? Who
Doug
plays?
Bradley, yeah.
This is random trivia. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bradley.
Name drop.
Right. Remember that movie he was in back in '82? It was just low budget.
Did you see the 9th one?
No, the newest one with
It's
the new
so
guy.
bad. Yeah.
The younger guy. No.
They made it on like under $300,000, and they made it within 2 weeks. They had to make it just to keep the rights.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
God.
That happens all the time to like smaller. Well, I wouldn't say smaller, but to franchises and stuff. But so Pinhead, Jason, Balti.
You might be very disappointed. Just Jigsaw.
Oh,
Like-
I was hoping no one was gonna say it.
He just makes me laugh every time I just see him. It's just he's so hilariously stupid. I love him.
I heard "j" come out of his mouth, and I like
You just-
winced a little bit,
Yeah.
and I think
It
that's-
hurt me to say it. Like,
I'm fine with Jigsaw for like the first one.
Yeah.
that was good, but that one wasn't very like slasher driven. That was very much like this is back to almost a psychological thriller with a little bit of torture thrown in.
Yeah.
And then it just got to how disgustingly
Yeah.
like grotesque can we be? I call it like the Hostel model,
Yeah.
where it's like how many limbs can we chop off before it gets ridiculous.
what about Alien?
Alien was great. Alien was phenomenal. Like most people say Alien was sci-fi. Alien horror.
was
Straight
Yeah,
up.
horror.
the original Alien was horror
Yeah,
for
and then it
sure.
goes sci-fi, but
Yeah.
original one was on point. Like so good, so good. Like, I don't know. I didn't see Prometheus, but I heard it was pretty decent as a continuation
liked
of
it.
that.
I liked it. A
storyline.
lot of people. It's a polarizing kind of thing.
Oh,
I
is
liked it.
Yeah,
but
I've
a
heard
lot of
good
people
things, and
didn't
I've heard
like it. Yeah.
horribly.
It's
bad
really well
things.
made, but I don't like it.
People had very high expectations. It was good though. It was a good time.
Was it? Yeah.
It's Ridley Scott, and he always has like a director's cut of everything, or like leaves a ton of stuff that he shoots on the cutting room floor.
Right.
And in
That's
this case, he cut out a lot of stuff that would have made it a more satisfying film.
Right. Well, the Scots in general just go with grandiose. Just grandiose. Like Martian was Scott, right? That was,
Yeah.
that was
Yes.
phenomenal.
Oh,
if
I
you guys
love that
haven't seen
movie.
it, not horror, but holy crap! Like I didn't think I could watch 2 hours and 40 minutes of a dude stuck on a red rock, but
Not just watch it, but be like fully engaged.
right, because you're
Like,
the entire time. It's just
It never lets you go. I love that movie. It was so good.
right. I mean, and it felt formulaic. Like every time I was like, okay, this is getting old. They changed gears, and it was great. I thought that was perfectly timed with the ebbs and flows of the action and everything else. There was-
Nobody died in it.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
I only said spoilers for Crimson Peak.
You
That's-
Back to horror.
you
Back to
ruined
horror.
my entire.
Yes, we're horrified.
Favorite kill.
Ooh.
Way to switch the topic.
Favorite kill.
Favorite kill.
The new Evil Dead, the remake, had some great kills in that.
The new Evil Dead that made my stomach churn.
Yeah.
Like I knew it wasn't going to be camp horror,
No.
but I wasn't expecting
As
that.
as disturbing as
the needle and the poor not Scotty. Scotty was the original. I don't remember his name. the Scotty S character that's supposed to be like the friend, with the scraggly hair. That
Yeah.
poor guy.
Yeah.
That poor guy's
Yeah.
just getting beat to hell every other minute. He's like the Jason of that film, though. It's like, I'm gonna get back up now. It doesn't matter. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, does anyone really die in that movie?
Touche.
You
was
said
a good
there's like a live Evil Dead show.
Right.
the
So
musical.
it still is as of right now of the airing of this, since we are live, at the V Theater in Planet Hollywood. If you're interested, it's ending I think the second week in November. They're going to go
I'm going
dark
to
for a
that,
bit, and then they're going to come back at a different theater that off the top of my head I can't remember, but it is definitely good. It's called Evil Dead: The 4D Experience, or Evil Dead Live: The 4D Experience. It's great. 20 gallons of blood at every show. It's awesome. It's super cheesy. It combines a little bit of all three of the original Evil Dead movies into one, but it's pretty well done for the most part. Cirque Michaels.
I'm
does it.
there.
It's great. It's like I
Yeah.
think it's only like $30.
Oh God, I'm there.
So
I gotta catch that. You wanna go?
Oh yeah, I'll go see it.
you should totally go. It's a lot of fun. It's a bunch of fun. But okay, so
Favorite kill?
favorite kill ball team.
Chucky. Chucky. When they burn him, that was so satisfying in my childhood, like, because I was so afraid of him.
I can see that. Have you
So,
seen like the prank lately, or just like a year ago? It was like a little
Oh.
Chucky at a bus stop.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it pops out. Nope.
Chucky was terrifying.
Chucky
I was
is
so-
terrifying.
He's so like small.
Oh, is that he's a
Yeah,
doll.
he's small and
All you do is like
terrifying.
pick him up and throw him or kick him.
There was
He-
a person
he, like,
that
stabs you.
Right, but there are parents that dress their toddlers up as Chucky. I'm like, no, I will punch your child. I will punt them. I don't care. But so you brought up a topic. Favorite kill.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it, and I brought it up, and I don't even know. One of my favorites is Jason stabbing the spear through two people on the bed.
Ooh, that was a
Yeah.
good one. That was a good one. I
Not very graphic, but
satisfying
Yeah.
nonetheless, though. I think for me, I'm gonna have to bring it back to Feast. There's a great scene where the character called Hero is giving this giant speech. Spoilers
Spoiler alert.
again. Joint like this really good speech in front of this window about he's going to save the day and everyone's got to buckle down and we'll get through it. And literally, is halfway through his speech, he just gets eaten. It's phenomenal. Blood everywhere. It's great. But we're hitting the end, so just rapid fire real quick. Movies that you guys want to see towards the end of the year. We'll start with Donovan.
towards the end of the year, the only movie I want to see is Star Wars. Like,
Of course.
yeah, I don't have any horror.
What? Oh, it doesn't have to be horror, just in general. I mean, it's the end of the year too, so.
I don't know.
All right, well, we'll
Just
take Star Wars. The ball team.
The Revenant, Star Wars.
Ooh.
What else? There's many more. There's Spectre coming up
Spectre's
now.
coming
out.
Yeah, but
Spectre's
still, maybe the Hunger Games. I don't know. But Star Wars, absolutely yes, I'll be there.
Nice. Sir?
Star Wars, of course. Spectre's coming out in like a week, and The Revenant.
The Revenant looks
phenomenal.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It does. There's so many movies that I want to see. I have to say that I am actually kind of excited for Hunger Games. My girlfriend at the time when the first one came out got me into it, and I'm ashamed to admit it, but I'm so invested in that storyline.
Yeah,
You gotta,
pretty
you gotta
good,
see
I
it
know.
end at least.
Right. I'm like, I know, I've read the books, but it's, yeah, I don't know. That and obviously Star Wars. I mean,
Yeah.
clearly, that's the one thing.
Sisters.
Sisters, let's go see that. I like Tina Fey, but that is not something I want to
No,
go see.
not in the
I
theater.
don't know.
No.
Right.
It's gonna be one of those things where I'll go and I'll see all of you there. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm totally not going to see that. Yeah, man things and beer. So you guys are going to go later?
Yeah, we should plan this out.
Yeah, we're going to, like, match or no? Wear the flannel. I don't know. All right. Well, so that was actually a pretty fun show.
Yeah.
If you guys have anything that you guys want to hear us talk about on Hot Topics, be anything film related, acting related, entertainment, doesn't matter. Give us a shout. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, doesn't really matter. Hit us up, IAFT Vegas, and we'll see you next time. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News. At 20 minutes before 8 Central Time, Professor Farrell of the Mount Jennings Observatory, Chicago, Illinois, reports observing several explosions of incandescent gas occurring at regular intervals on the planet Mars. The spectroscope indicates the gas to be hydrogen and moving toward the Earth with enormous velocity. Professor Pearson of the observatory at Princeton confirms Farrell's observation and describes the phenomenon as, quote, like a jet of blue flame shot from a gun, unquote. We now return you to the music